Hey, this is BT with the MotoGP German GP review. You try saying that as being a tongue twister. I know it's like 3 days after the race. You're going, hey, what took you so long? And exactly, that's it. I'll tell you right now. It took a while. We had some power outages here, some weather, and I was just a lazy Sunday. It was weird. I watched the race, and I stayed up all night to watch the race. Us here in America, we don't get the races live until like about 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and I stay up all night because I watch warm up because I'm a dork. And then so I'm like, okay, I gotta stay awake. Gotta stay awake. So yeah, so you people in Europe or other countries that watch the race in real time, like in the afternoon, consider yourself lucky. Because people in the United States, we have to stay up all night. People like me, I stay up all night to watch even the warm up. So anyway, let's get down to it. This is the race right before holiday, and you could tell. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but maybe it's just me, but you kind of could tell they were ready for the holiday. Valentino Rossi said it best during the press conference when the reporter said, "Valentino, what's going on? You don't seem like you're into it." And he goes, "Hey, man, I'm ready for the holiday," and that to me said it perfect. He's ready to go, and I think that was the whole sentiment exactly from the whole paddock. They kind of were just ready for it to be done, and but don't get me wrong. Let's get right to it. Moto 3. Like I said, it's Danny Kent. Matter of fact, you know what Danny Kent should do? Danny Kent basically he should race World Superbike for like a month. Because it's done. It's a done deal. It's a wrap. Danny Kent's got it. He knows it. He can't say it, but he knows it. We all know it. We all know it. So it's a wrap. He's got it. I'd race World Superbike for a month in Super Sport and then go to like World Superbike and then like the last month of the season come back and be like, okay, let me win this title and win it by like a point and just piss people off. But the real thing about Moto 3 is watching Naya Bastianini. I said this before, I say it again. And Naya Bastianini is the guy to watch in this whole thing. He got a great third place. The battle was for third place. If you watched it, it was an eight racer battle for third place, and Anaya won it. I thought it was great. If Fanati would get a better start, I think he could do a better job. But he didn't get a better start. He's like Rossi. He's on Rossi's team. So what he did was Rossi got a better start at the Assen Grand Prix, and look what happened. So if Fanati did the same thing, he'd get a better start, but he didn't. And that's why he finishes like 5th or 6th. But Anaya, watch Anaya Bastianini. Next year he'll win the title. I'm gonna predict next year he'll win the title. But as right now, it's all Danny Kent to lose, and that's all I'm gonna say on that one. I'm a broken record when it comes to Moto 3. You know how I feel about it. The best racing there is Danny Kent's title to lose. Moto 2, you got to give it to Tito Rabat. He broke his collarbone 3 days before the race. Hasn't played it, comes back. He crashes in every session and even in the race, and I think he broke his rib. So you got to give it to Tito, man. Tito Rabat. Tito. He had to give it to Tito. He did a great job, but man, it's Zarco. Zarco's to lose. And it's good to see Zarco happy again. See him interview, and he's like, I'm so happy now. My shoes fit and everything. I'm just so happy. And it's good to see him that way. He doesn't look miserable anymore. He looks happy. Kind of like a little cocky. If you see him, he looks a little cocky. But you got to give it to Xavier Simeon. Xavier, great job. It's almost like his home race. He's in Germany. He's from Belgium. Almost like his home race. And a couple years ago, I'm not going to say which years it was, but he had an umbrella girl that was like, whoa. I mean, like, usually umbrella girls are good looking, but I don't know. Whoa. And I was like, whoa. And I think even he was like, whoa. So he deserved that win just for like 3 years ago, having that umbrella girl that was like, whoa. I'm not going to say which race it was. I'm not going to say where it was, but man, she was busted. Anyway, so congratulations to Xavier Simeon. Good job for him. Good job for Tito. And the rumor is that Sam Lowe's is going to go Aprilia next year with MotoGP. That's the rumor, which I hope he does. Sam Lowe's, it seems like he wins more races. He's won more races. He's only won one. I don't know what his deal is. I think it's the bike, the frame. I don't know what it is, but Sam Lowe's had a good race, but you got to give it to Zarco, and you got to give it to Xavier Simeon for putting on a good race. Moto 2 actually had a better race, I thought, overall than Moto 3, surprisingly. And let's move on to the MotoGP. The GP, I tell you what, here it is. Here's the way I see it. Now, basically, it's a 2-race battle for the championship. It's between Rossi and Lorenzo, basically. Okay, but Marquez is 65 points behind. Okay, now, normally he'd be out of the running, and they say he's out of the running technically, but that's the great thing about Marquez. He is a straw that stirs the drink. I don't care what you say. What he should do is get Danny Pedrosa and say, listen, Danny, here, look, come here. And just bring Danny to the side, take him where nobody's looking, and go, listen, why don't you help me out and try to get this title. You're not going to win a title. You had 10 years to win a title, but you didn't win a title. So here's what we do. Well, why don't you grow a pair and help me win the title? Get between me and Rossi or me and Lorenzo and help me win. How about that? And if you're going to get first, why don't you go back a place and give me first? How about you help me out, huh? If not, I'll swear to God, I'll hit you in your little baby nuts. That's what you should do. Because Danny's on, and Danny will be like, okay, Mark, whatever you say. Remember when Aragon, when Marquez barely touched him and his traction control went and Danny went? And it's not funny, but it was, because he did super slow motion and Danny fell and Marquez just went right by him and looked at him like, hey man, sorry, and didn't stop and just kept on going. That's what he should do to Danny, and just keep him to the side and say, listen man, just do me a favor. I got an outside shot of winning. Why don't you grow a pair and help me? How about that? But I still say it's going to come down to, I want to say it's coming down to Valencia. Lorenzo is weird. Lorenzo had that, first he started out, he sucked ass the first of the year, the first two races. And then he goes on that roll. Remember, he didn't do well in Qatar, that weird thing in Qatar, in Austin, and Argentina. And then all of a sudden he gets on a 2 or 3 race winning streak. And now he's back to like, in Assen, he couldn't keep up in Assen. He couldn't keep up in the German GP. And I don't know what Lorenzo's going to show up here in Indianapolis. I can't wait. I'm from Indy, so when that race comes, I can't wait to be there and watch it. But it all depends on tire selection. If he feels comfortable with his tires, Lorenzo's going to be tough to beat. But that's the thing about Marquez. It doesn't matter with the tires or if the bike feels uncomfortable. Marquez is going to go for it, and that's why you got to love the guy. So basically, and like I said, Rossi said it best. They're all looking forward to Holiday, and I can't blame the guys. It's been a long first part of the season, and I'm not going to lie. It took me a while to get into the German GP for some reason. Maybe I was ready for Holiday. I don't know what it was. But yeah, it took me a while to get into it also. So, but I think Marquez is going to make a run for the title. Say what you want. It's a long part of the season. I can't see Rossi screwing up, but I mean, if Marquez reels off 3 or 4 straight and Pedrosa does his job like he's supposed to, and he gets in between them, you never know what might happen. I mean, you know, Rossi might run wide, Lorenzo might run wide, or whatever. Somebody gets in between them. Iannone and Pedrosa could be what we call the X factor in the sense of they'll get between them and eliminate points from those. Because as much as Iannone and Rossi are buddies, they're both on competing factories, different companies. So it's not like, you know, team order. So, and you know, he's trying to get some points too. So it's going to be interesting to see the second half of the season. I can't wait. I thought it was good racing. The only rumor, no rumors I've heard except for the Sam Lowe's going to Aprilia yet. Maybe. That's a big maybe. And like I said, I think it's Marquez. I think Marquez is going to make a run like you've never seen before. And that's what, whether you love him or you hate him, that's why you love Marquez. He definitely is the straw that stirs the drink. I love seeing Rossi up front. I love Rossi more than any heterosexual man should love another heterosexual man. But I want to see Marquez come in and make it a race. I would love to have a 3-race battle at the end of the year going to Valencia. And if that's the case, all bets are off. So anyway, that's pretty much it. It's going to be quick. Like I said, man, I think they're ready for Holiday. I'm ready for Holiday. I think we're all ready for Holiday. And we're going to come back. It's going to be in Indianapolis. Hopefully I do something special for you guys since I'm from here. I live about 5 minutes from the track, and maybe I'll do something special. Maybe get an interview with somebody. Who knows? Maybe Bradley Smith. I'm going to also get a podcast, hopefully. You guys want to hear me a podcast, a BTGP podcast? Give me a heads up, a thumbs up, thumbs down if you want to hear me talk MotoGP for like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. Maybe I get a couple riders, maybe Dylan Gray. I talked to get Dylan Gray after the Assen GP because I got it like that. And the guy is just a wealth of knowledge, man. It was great talking to him. If I can get him on, it'd be great to get an interview with him. I mean, he's as passionate as I am about GP racing. I mean, if I get a tattoo, it's going to be GP across my chest. Yeah, you heard it, across my chest, GP for life. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else I wanted to say. Like I said, we're all ready for Holiday. You guys enjoy yourself. I'm going to try to get this podcast up. And it's just going to be 20, 30 minutes. I think it'll be fun. We'll talk GP, you know, tongue-in-cheek stuff. But anyway, but also keep it kind of serious because, you know, we run for the title. Like I said, I think it's Marquez is going to make a run. In Moto 2, I think Zarco's going to win. I think Zarco's going to win it. I can't see anybody. I think Tito's going to make a run, though. Watch Tito. Tito's going to make a run. He'll be healthy. And I think he runs well in Indianapolis, so we'll see. So I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for listening. Sorry it was so late. But like I said, we had thunderstorms, whatever. But no excuses. No excuse. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I want to hear reviews. And if you want to hear, if I hear me do a podcast, okay? So thanks a lot. Appreciate you listening. Talk to you later. Peace.